5 years of investigation, 4 crimes, 3 related females, 1 suspect. It's time to get things clear. Because I was trying to forget you, but I couldn't. It's just time to get things clear, honey.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. So my name's Sierra Sweeny. I voiced a few characters in the project. I voiced Kate, Julia, and Mrs. Black.
Okay. My name's Laura. I was Detective Bridget in episode 2.
Hi, my name is Joshua Lunt. I am the voice of Detective Balsless, Mr. Black, Wick, and practically all the other male characters.
Hi, my name is Andrii Liahov and I am a mock capture artist.
Well, I've been to film school, but not as an actor, as a director, and as a filmmaker. So it was really complex. One of my friends came to me and he said, "Oh, my friend's trying to look for a voice actor for this project, and this one girl's pulled out on him a few times." And I was like, "Oh yeah, well, I can help him out if he wants a hand."
So LA Andrew asked me to work on this project, Crimes That Remained Unsolved, and I know him for ages, and he wanted me to do more capture for his characters.
So LA Andrew contacted me in regards to this project. I was very excited. It's my first time ever doing any voiceover kind of work. So definitely really excited to give it a go, do something new. And I think, the content was something, it's very different. It was like an adult animation, something very different from my day-to-day life and how I normally act.
He approached me during one of the other films that I was working on. He said, "You had a great voice for this sort of thing." So yeah, I came on the project and it's been a really fun journey.
We developed movement for different characters based on their temper, because through the mock capture movement, through the animation movement, we gotta show the temper, not just what's happening in the episode, but also the temper of the characters. For example, the character Julie, she's young and she's really impulsive. She's got a temper, so we try to make her movement really edgy, sharp, quick, that sort of thing. And for example, Balsless, he possesses the power for the entire story. He moves more like an elephant, he's so really confident, he's really strong, and his movement is really smooth.
I just thought, put myself out of my comfort zone because I've never done anything like it before, and yeah, it was challenging though. It was definitely a challenge because
As I said, Mr. Balsless, is that right? I wanted quick money. So there are 2 options, McDonald's or kidnapping.
there was sometimes 20, 30 takes on 1 or 2 lines, which took quite a while to get right and stay in the accent, and then make little changes as the director wanted. So yeah, that was quite challenging, but it was really good. It was really good. I definitely would do it again.
John! Oh, Officer Balsless. 1 question. What? It's been 5 years since... This fuck's so fast. John! Oh, Officer Balsless. 1 question. It's been 5 years since... Why are you just doing this now?
Nice.
Good.
Love it.
It was fun to be a bit more vulgar and swear and just kind of play and be loud and be the hardball detective who just got to insult people and say, no, I'm in charge.
Oh, if you don't mind, would you please shove it up your privileged ass, you cock, out of sperm deep in a decrepit vagina! Vagina! In a decrepit vagina!
So it was, yeah, definitely very interesting, very fun thing to do.
I tried to take her case, but Officer Ballsless. I know how it feels, and I know she's not guilty. It's like a bullet trying to reach the target. It's not trying to reach the target, it's like it doesn't reach the target. For fuck's sake, sorry.
In terms of challenging, again, first time doing voiceover, so I didn't realise how hard it would be to line up voice to video. It was something I hadn't thought about. So having to be so precise with everything you say and the timing of the animation. Because when you just do live acting, it's just everything is controlled by you and your pace and time and what you do on the day. So working to something preset was something really new, but a fun challenge too, I felt like. Every time I got it right, it was a very big achievement.
Or would you like me to do that at the start of this?
She wouldn't have escaped. Oh, if you hadn't slept with other men, she wouldn't have been kidnapped. I'm fairly certain it was one of your lovers who knew I was rich.
That's the one. That's the one.
We started off by looking at the characters' physicality, the way, and then discussed how they might talk, the way they talk, the language they used, and so we sort of built it from there. We started to experiment. For someone like Mr. Black, we decided to go for a much more higher voice, more pitchy, as a juxtaposition to what he would normally be in terms of comedic purposes.
All right, I'll pay. My wife's a slut. It was a commercial. Anyway, I don't want any trouble with my business. Couldn't have imagined that little bitch could make so many problems.
Don't emphasize bitch. Don't emphasize bitch.
Also, we were implementing some of the face animation with more capture, and it was not as smooth as we expected it to be, but we've done a lot of manual adjustment because of, technology is not perfect now. It just started to be developed in a certain way that we can use it in an amateur sort of small in-house production. And yeah, for us, as we got limited budget, it was perfect because we could speed up our process without losing the quality of it.
You can't lock away freedom!
Yeah, so I think that was probably the funnest part, was when we were doing a chasing scene and obviously the mic's here, so you have to just stand on the spot and just like...
And cut.
run and like get out of breath and like and also stay in accent and say your lines at the right points, and it's just crazy. But no, it was good, and like the director threw a few things at me that I wasn't really expecting, like certain like noises and whatever when they were tumbling, or when when there was like action between like two characters, and because it's like a comedy, like a dark comedy, they it's noises that you wouldn't naturally make. So doing it in the middle of like running or like going just made it like so much crazier and so much funner than I thought it would be, like just running on the spot. So yeah.
Yeah, I've done a bit of film and TV acting, so I've done a few short films, student projects. I've recently done a music video, and my main base growing up was always doing theatre work. So it has had a background of musical theatre and then kind of moved that into film and TV acting.
I know you're doing all this for her. And I know it hurts, trying so hard to prove someone's innocent when the whole world blindly believes she's guilty.
Josh Lunt did a great job because he is just like such a naturally just funny guy. He really pulled out all the stops, and he really, I think he really helped the director kind of find funny moments where there weren't some.
There isn't much of a difference between acting in front of the camera and acting for voiceover. It's essentially the same thing, except you have to put more emphasis on the voice, the way you articulate words, the way you say them, the pace you say them.
I'll do it again. 5 years of investigation. 5 years of investigation. 4 crimes. 3 related females. 1 suspect. It's time to get things clear. Now turn left. Go through the finance department. And once you complete your mission, I'll send through the money. And believe me, you're in for a surprise.
So mostly we try to follow Japanese way of animating. So we do animation first and then we do voiceover, which is not the best way, but we thought it might work for us the best. Our voice actors were doing a brilliant job.
I'd say the most challenging part of the project was finding the right rhythm for the characters. You can use physicality to get into the groove of things. It's essentially, it's the same thing. You take on a character, you figure out their personality, their traits, their wants, their desires, their needs, and you still build that up, except you build that more around the voice.
Do you mean some particular vagina or just in general? See, I've got this Tinder date recently and there might be something to worry about. Never mind, keep going.
Yeah, it was still kind of a normal acting process where you get your script, you go over your script and learn it. But it was cool that we did have a workshopping day where you just got to play with so many different voices. And I don't think I'd ever really stretched my voice that much before for roles. So it was just something, I keep saying it, but it was just something different and new and fun. And I think it was really cool how collaborative it all was, and working off the other character. This is what they're kind of going to do for their voice. So this is what I'm going to do, because we want to create a cool contrast and how in the moment that will affect the delivery of the line to make it funnier, because you've changed the way your voice sounds.
I'm also a suspected zoophile with links to intercourse with young and vigorously handsome Clydesdale stallions and... Wait, which of those cases were you investigating again?
Perfetto.
It's strange, but again, you do have that freedom to just go over everything multiple times, and this time I'm going to do it with a different inflection, and you know, you have more control over how you react because you're not waiting for someone else.
Please, let me help you.
I thought the animation was great. So funny, and yeah, there were some really good moments in the script, and both visually as well. Yeah.
For each scene we were developing some sort of scheme how the character should move in the room, because it's not a virtual production, it was actual animation based that was put in a 3D world in a computer animating program. And it was really interesting to do that, because while we were working on a way that the character should move in this room, in this studio, we sometimes improvised something and did something that wasn't in a script at all. And then we've come to editing and like compositing in a composition process when we put character skeleton and the more capture data together. I think it was interesting to solve it.
Currently, I am working on a few different projects. I'm almost finished shooting a short feature about a group of people fleeing the city from the end of the world virtually. I'm also currently editing a pilot episode for hopefully a TV series. I've just been to 2 different screenings for 2 premieres for 2 different projects that I was involved in. So one of them was a short film about DV called 7 Times, and that's really kicked off, and we had like quite a good turnout for that. That was great. And then also Smile, the series, which is a web series. Just a 6-piece episodic little series about a family, and there's a very deep, dark story that emerges if you watch the episodes on YouTube, so that's out now. But yeah, and I'm also in pre-production at the moment for another psychological short, which is really exciting, and we're, I guess, just finalising casting and crew, and then that we'll start shooting in September.
Yeah, now I am in a musical in Beenleigh, which is lots of fun. It's very good to get back into live theatre after everything going on with COVID. So it's really nice. It'll be a really good experience just to have, there's nothing quite like a live audience and the energy that it gives off, and it's never the same. It's something different every night. Something could go wrong every night. You could go out on stage and forget everything you've ever learned and there's nothing you can do. You don't get to redo it, you just have to keep going. So it's terrifying, but just fun. And we've got a really good group. So it is just it's a big team, big family. And I have also recently just done an online course, some acting courses, so I always kind of like to I always like to be doing something.
Well, I'll be the first to say that I'm not a professional script editor. Heck, my time at filmmaking university has kind of proven that I'm still a ways away from being a professional script writer. So, well, I'm currently studying at Griffith Film School, learning to create my own projects. My biggest goal in life is to tell stories. I'm a very creative person. I want to tell stories, all types of stories. We were really lucky to get this studio at QUT, at Calvin Grove, Brisbane. And yeah, we've done most of our animation here, and we recorded all of that here. Then, yeah, it was just mostly computer processing. Yeah, I don't know actually how this process worked, but you can ask Andrew. Yeah.
But we could get a lot more.
It was a setup. I wasn't supposed to kill that guy. Well, I was, but it was the wrong guy. And this guy, he's a fucking wanker. And the other guy, well... I tried to take her case, but Officer Ballsless. I know how it feels. And I know she's not guilty. It's like a bullet that doesn't reach its target.
Oh! Oh! Oh, bastard! Oh.
The police are coming, but whoever called them? Oh, that's right. tried. Sorry.
Call for backup. Call for backup. Call for backup. The call for backup was really. Call for backup. 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 We say call for backup. Like call for backup. Even though I'm good with my shits, I really don't give it. Go for back. Go for backup. Sorry. Call for backup. Call for backup. Call for backup. Even though I'm good with my shits, I really don't give it. Call for backup.
Women usually fight against each other over a man. Trap one another for a healthier life. And get jealous if they have a healthier, happier kid. But if one woman is in real trouble, the other women come and help.